Hi, Jay.
Hi, Reed.
I noticed that Vander Kane, Leon Draisaitl, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins were not on the ice today. Can you tell us their status for Game 1 tomorrow?
Well, the other day I was paid attention to the way Daryl had talked about the people that weren't skating before Game 7, and he put it really eloquently. He said that everyone who didn't skate was available.
Okay, fair enough. This matchup, and you had a couple of your forwards out earlier. The two Zachs were out, and I asked them about, you guys have some players who can get down low and grind. Calgary has a defense that likes to hit. What ultimately decides that type of a matchup, do you think?
Well, I think whatever team is more opportunistic on the scoring chances that they do get, that'll help find a little bit of offense. I think I think both teams play the game fairly similarly. In the end, it's going to come down to who wants to play harder and who wants to do it for longer.
Does the 9-5 game at the end of the season mean anything? Zach said no, and yet it seemed like the Oilers revved up their game after that.
Well, what I think that game did was allowed the coaching staff to use it as a learning moment for our group, and for us it was an ability to focus our group as to the type of game we needed to play in order to have some success, and here we are.
Does it make it difficult? I presume it does when 3 of your 5 best forwards are not on the ice for practice the day before the first game.
Not at all.
To run lines, I guess.
Sorry?
To run lines.
No, you know what? I thought we had a really good practice today. And I think some of the people who might not be in the everyday lineup provide a little bit of boost and a little energy. And I thought they were good today. I thought we got exactly what we needed. And we're well prepared heading into game number 1.
So last time we didn't know that Brett Kulak's wife was giving birth. Mm-hmm. Is there a family situation with...
Nobody asked that question on that day, by the way.
Perhaps with Nugent-Hopkins.
Is there... Say that again.
Is there a family situation, perhaps?
There is no family situation with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
And Vander Kane, same thing?
Yeah, as far as I know, no.
Thank you.
No.
You're putting us in position to just sit here and fire question after question at you. Get specific. If we can convince Daryl to give us detail, will you give us detail?
Well, I like reading the other coaches' comments, so I'll take it under consideration.
Because he speaks first tomorrow, we'll let you know.
He does, yeah. Yeah, he does.
I wonder, as you head into these series, you obviously knew Todd very well. Yep. Daryl has been around a long time. How much do you study the other coach in terms of his tendencies, the way they handle different situations, not just this year, but in their past? Are you well read on your opponent behind the bench?
Yeah, I've had the experience of being in numerous games where Daryl was on the other bench. But what I would say is while we have an understanding of things, for me, our focus and our attention is on us and our game. We think the more we worry about us, the better it is for us. Obviously, I said this last series as well, it's not about the matchup between the two coaches, it's the matchup between the two organizations. And I'm sure he's doing his best to get his team ready, and I know the level of work we're putting in to get our team ready.
The narrative, right or wrong, on Mike Smith this season has been, don't necessarily want to overplay him because there's been injuries and such. Played all 7 games in 14 days in the first round.
Yeah.
If you have to keep riding him like that, are you confident you can? Or at a certain point, does fatigue and 2 goaltenders, which has been the way you've wanted to do it through most of the year, become a factor?
Well, he didn't play a lot until the end of January. It's really when he started to play more and more. And I think we did a good job with our goaltending rotation. We feel confident in every single goaltender that we've iced this year. And where Mike's game is at and the way we're managing workload in practice, and we think we're in a good spot.
What's your message to the team about navigating that line between playing tough, sticking up for each other, but not being dragged into the alley? Or are you fine with wherever this thing goes?
Well, I would say that For us, we put a lot of emphasis. We're one of the lower penalized teams in the league throughout the season, and we put a lot of emphasis on just playing the game whistle to whistle. That's where our intensity, that's where our emotion will show up. You know, I know in having watched the film of the series between Dallas and Calgary, there was a lot of, you know, post whistle scrums and whatnot, and that might be their tactic, and they can focus on whatever they want. But for us, we want to play whistle to whistle, and for us, discipline doesn't just come down to you know, those types of things. It comes down to your adherence to your structure and being disciplined with how we want to play the game. And if we put our focus and our energy there, we think we'll be in a good spot.
And obviously, your power play could send a message early on.
Yeah, power play has been a form of toughness here in Edmonton for a long time. And, you know, we feel really good with both units that we can put on the ice. Good, thanks, guys.